There is a certain calm to bread at night. The kitchen is quieter. The day is done asking questions. And on the counter, a ball of dough is doing something slow and alive. No one is rushing it. Because fermentation does not respond to urgency. It responds to time, temperature, and patience. Tonight on Curious Nights, Bread at Night. Fermentation, and the slow craft of baking. Our setting is a dim kitchen with one warm light. A clean towel on a bowl. A wooden spoon. And an oven that will become, later, a small controlled sunrise. Bread looks simple. Flour. Water. Salt. And time. But inside that simplicity is a quiet engineering problem. How do you trap air in something that begins as powder and liquid? And how do you keep it trapped long enough to bake? Flour contains proteins that can link together when hydrated and worked. Those linked proteins form gluten. And gluten is the stretchy network that holds gas like a balloon holds air. Water wakes the flour up. It hydrates starches. It allows enzymes to begin breaking larger molecules into smaller ones. And it lets gluten begin to form. Salt seems small, but it matters. It strengthens the dough. It slows fermentation slightly. And it makes the flavor feel complete. And then there is air. At first, air is introduced when you mix. Later, more gas is produced by fermentation. And the dough's job is to hold it gently, without tearing. Fermentation is the quiet heart of bread. It is how dough becomes lighter, and how it becomes more interesting. Yeast is a living microorganism. It consumes sugars, and it produces carbon dioxide gas. That gas inflates the gluten network, slowly creating bubbles. Crumb. Lift. Alongside the gas, fermentation creates small flavor compounds. Some taste a little sweet. Some taste nutty. Some taste complex in ways that are hard to name. This is why slow bread tastes like more than flour. In sourdough, the cast is larger. Yeasts and bacteria live together in a starter. The yeasts contribute lift. The bacteria contribute acidity and additional flavor. And together they create the sourdough signature. Not always sharply sour. Often just deeper. Fermentation speed depends on conditions. Warmer dough moves faster. Cooler dough moves slower. And that is not a problem. It is a tool. This is one reason bread fits the night. You can slow it down. You can let time do the work. And you can wake up to dough that has quietly changed while you slept. When people imagine bread making, they often imagine aggressive kneading. But a lot of good bread is built more quietly than that. With rest and gentle strengthening over time. Gluten forms when flour proteins hydrate and align. Mixing helps. Kneading helps. But time helps too. During rest, the dough relaxes, and the network becomes easier to stretch without tearing. You might hear a term called autolyse. It simply means mixing flour and water, then waiting before adding salt and yeast. This rest allows hydration to catch up, and it can make the dough smoother with less effort. Later, some bakers use gentle folds. Lift the dough. Fold it over itself. Turn the bowl. Repeat. It is like organizing the structure without squeezing the life out of it. The goal is strength with softness. Strong enough to hold gas. Soft enough to expand. And calm enough to handle without becoming tight and resistant. Now we enter the long middle of bread. Bulk fermentation. This is the period when most of the flavor develops, and much of the structure is quietly prepared. During bulk fermentation, the dough slowly expands. Not always dramatically. Often the changes are subtle. A softer feel. A smoother surface. A little more air inside. Then comes shaping. Shaping is not only for appearance. It organizes the dough's tension so it can rise upward instead of spreading outward. It is gentle tightening. Like folding fabric neatly so it holds its form. After shaping, the dough proofs. This is the final rise. The dough becomes slightly lighter, slightly more inflated, slightly more ready. And here, time is a quiet decision. Underproofed dough can tear and rise unevenly. Overproofed dough can feel fragile and collapse. But you do not have to chase perfection. You are learning a living material. It will teach you by feel. This is where many bakers use the refrigerator. Cold proofing slows fermentation. It makes timing easier. And it can deepen flavor. It is a calm way to let bread fit into life, instead of forcing life to fit the bread. When the dough goes into the oven, the slow work becomes fast. Not frantic. Just inevitable. In the first minutes, the loaf often rises quickly. This is sometimes called oven spring. Heat expands gases already inside the dough. And fermentation can briefly accelerate before the yeast is stopped by temperature. Steam matters here. A steamy environment keeps the crust flexible at first, so the loaf can expand. Later, as the surface dries, the crust sets and becomes crisp. Inside, starches gel and set. Gluten firms. The loaf becomes bread. Not dough that might be bread, but bread that can be sliced and shared. And on the outside, browning begins. Complex reactions create color and aroma. Toasty, nutty, warm. It is the smell that tells you, without explanation, that something is ready. And then, a final quiet discipline. Cooling. The loaf is still finishing inside as it rests on the rack. Steam redistributes. The crumb stabilizes. The bread becomes easier to slice and better to eat. Now we can gather the story into a few calm points. Nothing to memorize. Just the shape of it. Bread is a structure built to hold air. Flour and water form gluten. Fermentation creates gas and flavor. And time makes the whole thing smoother and more complete. Fermentation is not only rising. It is also taste. Small changes that build depth, especially when the process is slow. And now, we return to the night kitchen. The bowl is covered. The counter is clean. In the quiet, the dough continues without being watched. It does not need encouragement. It does not need more thinking. It only needs time. Somewhere inside the bowl, tiny organisms are doing patient work. Turning simple ingredients into something lighter. Something fragrant. Something that will hold warmth in the morning. This has been Curious Nights. Bread at night. Fermentation and the slow craft of baking. And now, you can let the night do its quiet rising too.